What's up, everyone? Review for the Council Network. Welcome to the ups and downs of SummerSlam, and I'm pretty salty to say the least. This show had a lot to live up for from last night when I recorded this. From last night's, well, actually, was it last night? The day before? Technically, it's Monday. Anyway, it had a lot to live up to NXT TakeOver Brooklyn. My voice is kind of crappy right now. So we're going to talk about the good, we're going to talk about the stupidity, and we're going to talk about the bad. So I like to just immediately address one thing right off the bat. Supposedly Sasha Banks is injured, and that's why they gave the title to Charlotte. I'm still pissed either which way, but I guess that would make sense. So, American Alpha, the Hype Bros, and Usos defeated Breezango, the Ascension, and the Von Villains. So it looks like Usos versus American Alpha. I'm perfectly fine with that. I thought the match was okay. I wasn't really paying 100% attention to it. I'll be completely honest, because I was watching Pokemon Worlds, trying to see if there was going to be any reveals. So, I run the Pokemon Council as well, so I was trying to, get on that hype train. Next match, Sami Zayn and Neville defeated the Dudley Boys. Okay, I guess they're kind of leading to separating Devon and Bubba Ray. I don't really have any quarrel about it, but at the same time, just kind of like, Would have been nice to see these guys had one more tag team champion. If it was for a month or so, it would have been nice. Regardless, I feel it's a missed opportunity. Then we get to my first major down. Sheamus and Cesaro. Cesaro beat Sheamus 3 times in a row, but tonight he loses? WWE, please stop giving us a best of 7. No one really wants to see 7 matches between Sheamus and Cesaro. They're both great workers. We're not hating on either one of them. It's going to be so repetitive, no one's going to care about the feud. Especially kind of when, Cesaro won already, and now you have him losing. Sheamus logic. Jericho. That's Jericho. I should have put it that way. Defeated Enzo and Cass. I'm a little bit pissed about this one, to be completely honest. I guess it kind of makes sense to keep the feud going. I love how Enzo and Cass came out. Welcome the Brooklyn Boys, and I just was a little disappointed because I really wanted them to win. This was the first real big pay-per-view for them outside of most NXTs. Was it? Or was it the second? I'm being kind of dumb. It's mad late. So if I make mistakes, I'm sorry. But I really wanted them to win. I was disappointed when they lost. It was a down. And then we get to the biggest down. Charlotte defeated Sasha Banks. Now, I think most of us are just really, really pissed off at that. But apparently Sasha's injured and they're trying to give her time to recover. Obviously they were playing off the whole back injury. That could be a real injury. And that's what, they're trying to give her time to heal up and she'll win the title back in a month or two. But either which way, it's still a down for me because it's like, really? Come on. I just don't want to see Charlotte as champion when she was champion for so long. There's a plane flying overhead. When she was champion for so long, and then obviously we get this big victory of Sasha winning, and now Sasha losing. The Miz with Maurice defeated Apollo's Crews. Instant down. Instant. Apollo Crews, ever since he came up to the main roster, has been shitted on. I'm sorry. He's a great worker. He's a great wrestler. You need to give him a title. That's it. He needs a title. You give him a title, he's going to look better. You give him that title to run with, he's going to prove himself even more than he already has. He can get over easier, but I feel WWE is being kind of dumb about it in all seriousness, so it's definitely a down for me. AJ Styles defeated John Cena without the help of the club. It was clean. I was happy. Can you hear the excitement in my voice? My boy AJ won. Bullet Club, baby, taking over fucking all wrestling worldwide. I don't know what to say there. I love the fact that AJ Styles won clean. It sets him up to be a dominant heel, for a champion to go after Ambrose's title. I'm ready for that. I'm dying to see it. I'm glad he beat Cena. Now Cena can't, say, well, you beat me with the help of the club. No, Cena, you lost clean. It was one hell of a match. Both great workers. It's definitely an up. Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson technically defeated the New Day, but did not win the title because of a disqualification of Big E returning. Big E coming back kind of was a given. However, I thought the titles were going to change, so it's kind of neutral for me. I really wanted the titles to change, but at the same time, I love New Day. I just think the club, that's what they're technically calling Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson. I think Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows really need that push to make them a dominant force as they were in Japan. And this whole look at the testicle thing, it's really just bad. It's really, really bad. And when they busted out Jon Stewart, do me a favor, keep Jon Stewart away from SummerSlam. How we've not learned anything from last year. Jeez. I mean, overall the match was fine, but it's just, I'm neutral about it. I'm just gonna leave it at that. Dean Ambrose defeated Dolph Ziggler. Kind of saw that coming. I'm still okay with it. It's an up. I'm not gonna talk too much about it, because it was a great match with two great workers. Loved every second of it, but I pretty much knew what the outcome was going to be. Dean needs the run right now. He really does need the run of this championship to make him, look strong. And I hope he wins, after he loses it, because it's going to happen. I hope that he wins it back at some point, because he definitely deserves it. Eva Marie cannot compete tonight because she did fucking Adderall and did not put in the proper paperwork, but she's owning up to it, so a little bit of respect there for her. Natalya and Alexa Bliss defeated Becky Lynch, Naomi, and Carmella with the returning Nikki Bella. Nikki Bella's new finisher. I was expecting a little bit more, but she looked fine in the ring, so I'm okay with it. It's an up. Getting anyone who's injured, whether you like them or not, off the injured list is always a good thing, because it gives more star power to the whole event. Eva Marie not wrestling and Nikki Bella coming back, that's a trade I can live with forever. I'm sorry, it's true. And then this next part, I have to say there were some idiotic fans in Brooklyn, to say the least, saying Finn Balor sucks. Really? I get your little girls who like Seth Rollins, but come on. So, What Culture basically put out the video saying that Finn Balor needed to win to bring interest to Raw, and I completely stand by them with that. And I'm glad he won the Universal title, but there is an up and a down to this. It's not that Finn won and Seth lost that's the down, it's that ugly ass belt. I mean, have you seen that thing? I haven't seen that much red on shit since I saw a cow with lipstick on. That's a dead fucking thing. That's a true thing. But seriously, it's so red, it's disgusting. How shitty does your design team go with it? Why didn't you just make like a silver version of the other belt? Why does this have to be fucking red like that? What the fuck were they thinking? The belt design, definitely a down. The match itself, fantastic. Some of the fans, idiotic. I get not everyone knows Finn Balor. I respect it. But not in my wildest dreams did I not think I was going to hear Finn Balor sucks. Seriously, people, both of these athletes were putting on a great show. Now, you gotta remember, Seth Rollins technically is a 2-time champion. Well, 3 if you count the US title as well. And if we count the NXT title, that's 4. Balor is 35. Seth is about my age, around 27, 28. Balor needs this push more than ever now. He needs to, get his star power. This push they're giving him is well deserved. This is one of the best wrestlers in the entire fucking world to date. Now, Balor's not going to be champion, not going to have this whole champion run for 5 years or whatnot and then leave WWE. I think he's got it in him, so he's like 45, 46. He's a great wrestler. If you haven't seen his matches, you can look him up in the independents as Prince Devitt, a part of the Bullet Club. Can't talk highly enough, number 1. Number 2, if you watch him in NXT, can't talk highly enough. Just the whole development that he went through in NXT. His matches with Samoa Joe, Shinsuke Nakamura, these guys are legends outside of WWE. There's more than just WWE, folks. Get your heads out of your asses, please. It's like, I just can't believe some of the stupidity that came out of it, and this is from, New Yorkers. I expect better from this. I really do. But, these are probably the same people that fucking look at other people like they're fucking idiotic because they're not on Facebook while they're walking, putting emoji shits on everything. Sorry, it's the truth. I'm a little mad about it. But the match overall, Finn Balor won. I'm happy about it. The belt's fucking ugly. Finn Balor's makeup looked great. The entrances were great. Seth, I like the black and green. Keep it going. I dig it. Both of these guys put in so much to that match. That match was smooth like fucking butter. I would pay to see it again. I paid to see it the first time. I'll pay to see it the second time, damn it. It just was so fucking good. And for people to say Finn Balor sucks because you're being Seth Rollins fanboys, calm the fuck down. We win either which way because you get a fucking AAA match. And if it wasn't for that match, this freaking card would have sucked dick because most of the results that happened. It's just true. And I'm not trying to sound like a salty piece of shit right now, but damn it, people. Get behind Finn Balor because he is that damn good. And I'm not putting Rollins down. Rollins is that damn good too. And I'm glad that we got Finn as champion now. Now when people tune in tomorrow, who the fuck is this guy? And it creates that buzz, it creates that interest that what culture was talking about, and we definitely need to see more of it. Now in my opinion, probably one of the dumbest things of the night. Do we even call it a match? Roman Reigns versus Rusev. It wasn't even a match. They just beat the shit out of each other. Roman beat him so bad that they had to DQ the match and just basically say he's unfit to... I'm sorry, I'm falling asleep because that whole thing was so stupid that they had him fight on Raw. That was pretty much what should have happened here if you're going to push Roman. If not, let Roman tap out. But no. We got to fit this 11 o'clock schedule in. God damn it. Brock Lesnar defeated Randy Orton by technical knockout. He bloodied him up. Honestly, I'm going to sound like I'm hating here again. And I don't really care. The UFC has basically found Brock to be using something. I don't know if it's whatever the hell it is, muscle inducement, whatever. The point is, he's still using. And when Roman used something, he got a 30-day suspension, and they busted his fucking ass, and now he's working his way back up from the bottom. Well, mid-card, but still. Why doesn't Brock get that treatment? It's like fucking Vince just kisses his ass. Orton's the guy who you go to every fucking time, and Orton's like, again, and again, and again, week after week. He even said it in the interviews. But you let Brock win to make Brock look like a monster? It's the same mistake as with Undertaker. It just shouldn't happen. You don't give a part-time guy the win like that. I mean, okay, if this wasn't just about the UFC thing, maybe I could live it a little bit better. It was a dream match, but the match was shit. Because it was Brock doing the same thing Brock always does. His UFC style. And it just doesn't fit in that whole WWE thing. It didn't let Randy shine. The RKO spot on the announcement table, he didn't even go through. What the hell happened there? And then when freaking Brock put him through the announcement table the first time, you just see Orton sit up like, I don't know what happened, but it hurt like hell. It just felt really sloppy. I guess everyone was expecting a lot more, but it was a letdown. The whole fucking SummerSlam was like a C. Well, NXT was an A. I think it's mostly because NXT was such a shorter amount of time. The matches were choreographed better, and just like the results were better. And as with SummerSlam, it's just a little bit better version of Raw and SmackDown, and that's not really saying much. Seeing Shane get F5 at that point, I was just like, whatever. My whole thing is, they're probably going to punish Orton with a fine because he got cut open because of what Brock did. I don't know if it was staged or whatnot, but I call bullshit on that whole thing. That's just my stance on it. That's my opinion. You have your own opinion. You may think Finn Balor sucks. I think Finn Balor is fucking amazing, as I've seen more than most people have about him. But honestly, hopefully Samoa Joe comes up tomorrow. hopefully on Tuesday when the UFC actually says 100% that Brock is using shit, they give him that suspension. And we're not just talking, oh look, he's out for 30 days, because he's always out for 30 days. Don't let him come back to WrestleMania. And if he doesn't come back clean, don't let him come back at all. That just, you gotta play it straight. You know, you're gonna do it to Eva Marie, Paige, Del Rio, Roman Reigns. You gotta do it to Brock the same way, where it's gonna affect him, not where it's not gonna affect him. That's just my stance on it. But again, I want to see Orton win, not because I'm just an Orton fan and I don't like Brock and I think he's an arrogant prick, which I think he is. But it's not just the UFC thing. I think it would have just been a better push for him, because if it was, Roman Reigns in that situation where there was allegations about it, Roman would have lost, and that's just how I see it. The Rusev thing was terrible. It was honestly terrible. Finn Balor and Seth Rollins, amazing match. One of the best parts of this card besides AJ versus Cena. But that title looks ugly as shit and it made my eyes bleed. Nikki Bella, Alexa Bliss, Becky Lynch, Natalya, Naomi, and Carmella. Really good match. Not even gonna lie. Dean Ambrose, Ziggler. Best two workers right now. Love them to death. Great match. New Day versus Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson. I thought it was a good match. AJ Styles and John Cena. Amazing match. Miz and Apollo's Crews. I think the ending could have been different and would have played out better. But after I saw that red carpet and Miz coming out to it, you pretty much knew what was going to happen. Charlotte and Sasha. I mentioned it. Sasha's probably injured. That's pretty much what's going on. Everyone's just thinking she's on drugs because it's the new hot thing to hate on whoever is basically in the winning position. And it's just stupid. Internet folks. Chris Jericho and Kevin Owens defeating Enzo and Cass. I just feel like Enzo and Cass need a victory. They should have had that. Sheamus and Cesaro. I don't even care, to be honest. Cesaro already won 3 matches. But here we go with the best of 7. Just feels pointless. Doesn't really feel a thing. And finally, the American Alpha, Hype Bros, Usos, Breezango, Ascension, Blonde Villains. I saw it on SmackDown. I saw it here, but I guess it's one step further to going into what we need to. And of course, Dudley's versus Sami Zayn and Adrian Neville. I can't really say too much because it's just kind of one of those furthering the plot, because it was, I think the problem with SummerSlam, in all honesty, besides these planes flying over the head, I think the biggest problem that comes from SummerSlam is that it drags on way too long. 6 hours of wrestling is just way too much. It's way too fucking much to sit there from like 5 o'clock. Yeah, 5 o'clock all the way to 11. That is just too much wrestling. You can have too much of a good thing, and it's probably like 5 hours. Maybe. I don't know. Half asleep. The whole point still stands. It was just, when you have a show that big, you have to fill those spots up, and it gets kind of sloppy. Not kind of, but it gets pretty damn sloppy. And there were some great matches in there, but a lot of them were just kind of half-assed results, and no one's really happy about it. So that's just my 2 cents on it. Let me know what you guys think about SummerSlam, and check back tomorrow for Raw. And obviously SmackDown will come out on Wednesday, the post-discussion ups and downs and whatnot. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching. I will see you guys on the next one. As always, if you enjoyed the video, make sure to subscribe for more. Peace.